You know that feeling when you're at a crossroads in your career, staring down two very different paths. One, a trail you have to blaze all by yourself, and the other, a well-paved road inside a big company. Well, today, we're diving headfirst into that very choice.
So, where do you see yourself? Are you the trailblazer, the one who wants to build something from the ground up? Or are you a collaborator, someone who wants to make a huge impact as part of a powerhouse team? Let's break down the arguments for both sides so you can figure out which one really speaks to you.
All right, let's frame this up like a proper showdown. Here's the official motion on the table. It's better to do your own business than to be a salary person. We're going to give you the full playbook on how to argue for this statement and how to argue against it. Okay, but before we jump into the ring, we've got to talk language. In any business conversation, using the right lingo can make all the difference. It makes your points land with way more authority. So let's arm ourselves with a few key phrases. First up, bite the bullet. And this isn't just about making any old decision. It's about looking a really tough, maybe even unpleasant choice right in the eye, accepting what comes next, and just moving forward. Now, if you're arguing for team entrepreneur, this phrase is absolute gold. It takes that huge financial risk and frames it not as something scary, but as a bold, necessary step towards freedom. It just sounds so powerful, so decisive, doesn't it? All right, now let's flip the coin. We've got this phrase, a cog in the machine. You hear this one a lot, usually to describe feeling like a tiny, replaceable part in some massive corporation. It can kind of suggest you don't have much of an individual impact. But, and this is the really clever part, check out how you can flip that script. Team employee can take cog and turn it from a negative into a huge positive. Suddenly, it's not about being small. It's about being an absolutely essential part of a stable, winning team. Now that's a brilliant shift in perspective. Ah, the cash cow. This is the holy grail for any business, right? It's that one golden product or service that just keeps bringing in serious profit without you having to pour a ton of new effort or money into it. It's basically the engine that powers everything else. And this really gets to the heart of it for an entrepreneur. The big dream isn't just to run a business. It's to build a self-sustaining asset, a cash cow, that gives you that long-term financial freedom. Okay, so we've got the lingo down, but just slinging words around isn't enough, right? You need a game plan. A strong argument needs structure, so let's quickly go over the rules of engagement for a debate like this one. When you strip it all down, a formal debate is actually pretty straightforward. You've got one side arguing for an idea, another side arguing against it, and someone in the middle, a judge or moderator, to keep it all fair and on track. It's that simple foundation that makes for a great argument. So in our showdown, team entrepreneur, they're the proposition. Their whole job is to convince us that, yep, starting a business is the way to go. And team employee, they're the opposition. Their mission is to poke holes in that argument and prove why being on salary is actually the better deal. See? Clear roles, clear goals. All right, this is it, the main event. We've got the vocabulary, we know the rules. Now let's get into the actual arguments, the real clash of ideas. You know, when you really get down to it, the whole thing boils down to one massive trade-off: control versus security. Are you someone who craves total control over your destiny, even with all the uncertainty that brings? Or do you value stability, that peace of mind that comes with a predictable, secure career? This is the real heart of the debate. Okay, let's follow the money, shall we? Team Entrepreneur is going to be waving that flag of unlimited earning potential, the chance to build serious personal wealth. But Team Employee comes right back with the undeniable power of consistency, that steady paycheck, the health benefits, the retirement plan. It's like a high-risk, high-reward lottery ticket versus a solid, slow, and steady investment. But look, making big claims is one thing. Winning an argument, that takes proof. You've got to bring the receipts, right? Because cold, hard facts are what turn an interesting opinion into a truly persuasive argument. So, for instance, Team Entrepreneur isn't just going to say, hey, you can make a ton of money. No way. They're going to hit you with a specific data point, like this one: Lenovo's revenue jumping 22% year on year. A solid number like that makes the potential for reward feel so much more real. And what about life? You know, the part that happens when you're not working. The entrepreneur will talk about the incredible freedom to chase a passion, but that often comes with crazy long hours and a ton of stress. The employee, on the other hand, can argue for the ability to actually clock out at 5, learn from amazing mentors, and climb a clear corporate ladder without, carrying the entire world on their shoulders.
So, there you have it. We've gone over the lingo, the rules of the game, and the heavy-hitting arguments for both sides. You've basically got the complete toolkit now. The only thing missing? The final verdict.
So let's just recap what's in your toolkit now. You've got that powerful vocabulary to make your points really stick, you know how to frame an argument with a clear proposition and opposition, and you get that backing it all up with real evidence is the absolute key. All right, you've heard the cases, you have the framework. The ball is officially in your court. After weighing the control against the security, the risk against the reward, what's your bottom line? The debate is now in your hands.